Chicago's famous Berghoff restaurant is bringing a taste of Germany to Federal Plaza this week.
Now, the annual Oktoberfest is back with lots of German food. There'll be beer. Of course, there'll be music also. Carlyn Beghoff is here now to tell us all about it and share the recipe for your restaurant's very famous and so yummy and delicious and good. Any more words I can use? Apple strudel.
Oh, this is really incredible strudel.
And it's really easy. It's really easy to make. And it's, you know, it's been on the menu for probably over 100 years. And it's funny because
so good.
Different types of strudel in Germany are different types of, they have different styles. So this is more from the Hamburg area, and it's very simple. And a lot of people get really intimidated about making apple strudel. So first we're going to make cornstarch and apple juice, and it's it's a thickening to when we cook the apples and then mix it together so that they stay. You know, because there's no flour in this, so that's how that works.
I have to ask you, what kind of apples do you prefer to use?
You know, this is the time of year for apples coming into the farmer's market, which is my favorite. But the bitter kind of green apple is much better because it's tart.
You're looking for
Right. There's all sorts of apples that you can use. If you're more on the sweeter, you can use the Gala or the Pink Ladies or the Jonathans. But for this one, it's the
like the tart.
It's the tart. So we've cut up a bunch of apples, and this is the most labor that you're going to do, and 4 ingredients. Raisins, cinnamon. A little bit of sugar because it's not, you know, the apples will
they're sweet.
naturally sweeten everything. And then and I like to let this set a little bit before I start.
It's going to absorb some of this.
Because cinnamon has a, you know, when it absorbs into the apples, it's so much better in flavor. But the trick to making the strudel is now we would be cooking this. But you cannot cook the apples and make the strudel right away. It has to be cold and chilled, otherwise it will melt the phyllo dough. So the trick here is that after we cook this, we're going to take the cold apple strudel components, which are, and this is how it's thickened, because otherwise the apples with all the liquid would release,
and that's caused by the cornstarch.
So that's and you put it in the refrigerator and you let it, you know, sit for a good couple of hours, because it can't be there cannot be any temperature to it. Now a lot of people get really nervous about using phyllo, and I just say, you know what, just buy enough that if you rip the sheets, it doesn't matter.
And the stuff that you buy frozen is delicious, isn't it?
It's just fine. And you can see here, this is on purpose, a damp kitchen towel on the bottom of it and on the top of it so that it stays moist. And you can see, you know, you want to be able to separate the layers when you first pull it out of the refrigerator and keep it moist. And then you're going to use warm butter. Now you don't want it to be too hot because the heat will also, you know, destroy the phyllo dough. And you're going to brush the whole sheet. So you have to be careful because as the phyllo warms up, it tears. So you can almost spot it, you know, like just.
But you put plenty of it in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is where it becomes. But this is that flakiness that you experience, how the layers pull up across. Now, one of the things about my great-grandfather was that he didn't waste anything. So he took the breadcrumbs from the cake that we had, you know, when he cut the cakes and they made them all, and he put cake crumbs in here to cause it to have like just another little bit of a crunch.
I have to know, did you used to make this as a child too?
Yes. This one we did.
Doing this.
Yes. And we didn't pull strudel. We didn't bake. You know, a lot of people say, and that wasn't in our house. It wasn't. So you're going to do this for 4 layers, and then at the end of that, you're going to take the very cold strudel mixture, and you're going to fill
all the way across.
All the way across. And then, you know, how fluffy and how much space there is between the layers of the strudel.
Depends on how you roll it?
Exactly. It depends on how tightly you roll the strudel.
You do such a beautiful job on that. Can we just buy one from Berghoff?
Sure.
Absolutely. Who needs to make it? This is the best.
Unfortunately, we're running out of time. We want to show. So when
there's
you're
a finished one.
There's one.
Yes.
And what's this?
These
are the different ways you use apples, right?
Absolutely. That's an apple, like crumb cake, coffee cake. Apple cheesecake.
And this is an apple cheesecake. And
apple pancakes.
Oh, look Look at how beautiful that is.
And apple creme brulee.
Oh, yum.
Oh, I love that.
When you buy a big bushel of the apples, you got to think of how you're going to use them because you don't want them to go bad.
I love this.
Love that, too.
So good.
I want to remind everybody, the Berghoff's Oktoberfest, it will be tomorrow. It continues through Friday, and you can go there. It's in Federal Plaza in downtown Chicago. On Thursday, also, do not miss the unveiling of a 45-foot-long brat. Love that. As Berghoff is trying to break the Midwest record for the longest brat. And then after that, sections of it will be sold off. You can eat that, right? It'll be to raise money for the Mercy Home for Boys and Girls. If you'd like more festival information and to download the recipes for all these things that we showed you today, be sure to go to our website. That's abc7chicago.com.
And we say cheers with Berghoff root beer.
We say Prost.
Prost. There we go.
Prost.
Okay. Delicious. Thank you so much. And we'll be right back.